We figure at least we know the house isn't haunted. Then Giuseppe's in the closet for 30 minutes, completely alone, and I hear,
"Not funny, Teresa."
yes!
What are you doing that, right?
Daddy, Nick and I found the coolest hot bug in our slide. We thought it was dead, but when we picked it up, it totally flew in Nick's mouth.
When I spit it out, it was dead.
It was so cool.
You should see some of the things under our shed. Can you come over?
Can I, Dad?
Yeah, we can work something out.
Yes! Awesome!
Kind of like my fear, not as like someone who imagines themselves as being a parent one day, but honestly just as a person, like interacting with strangers and like making friends, and you find out a bunch of weird things about them all at once and you have to act like calm. It like a lot of the stuff was so funny. A lot of it was really topical as well. The line, "It's preventative," very, very funny to me, on many different levels. And it kind of points out some of the crazy things going on in the world, and just how dynamic a person can be, because some of the the viewpoints the dads were stating, they were kind of contradictory to what people would think of a person. Like, I wouldn't think a person who has like 2 guns in their house is also like trying to push gender neutral pronouns. Like, that wouldn't be my mindset, really. So I think it was fun with pushing that dynamic. And I also want to say the line, "I have fig bars, what flavor are they, fig?" I don't know what about that was so funny to me, but it got me for like a good 30 seconds afterwards. Which I personally think, if you can get me that long after a joke still thinking about that joke, and now it's like much later and I'm like, ooh, that really got me. That was a great line.
One of the things that I really liked about it was how they navigated through very divisive, controversial, hot button issues and topics in a way that was so digestible and funny and light-hearted. So I thought that was just expertly done. I thought all of the writing was extremely well done, which is important because it's a very dialogue-heavy piece. It's literally just 2 men sitting on a bench. And to follow up with that, I also loved that it was 2 dads sitting on the bench getting to know each other while watching their kids at the park versus 2 moms, because we always see mothers and women in caretaker roles, and very often the dads are not there. So I love that we can see dads in that role, because we don't see enough of it on screen, but also in real life. So that's awesome. And I loved the acting, just really, really well done. In particular, though, the black dad, his character was so unpredictable, because his performance was fantastic. It was very believable, but he's just this like very dynamic character who has multiple weapons in his home, doesn't believe in vaccines, but also doesn't want his kids to have like gluten or shellfish, and is very pronoun conscious of their son. It just feels very contrasting, and I felt like I could never predict what stance he was going to take next. So I loved that. And then also like the reaction of the other dad trying to like navigate that and be like, right, okay. And there was never any like outward judgment or anything like that. Just, okay, cool. And trying to find that common ground. I just thought it was so expertly navigated. And this was just a really cool piece to watch. It was really funny, and I think it just did all of the things. So I really enjoyed this.
I thought that the performances were spot on. I really liked the slow reveals of the 2 dads being from completely different worlds and trying to get along just because they're dads. But I have a feeling it's not going to work out. But yeah, it was. I thought the actors did a good job of playing that line of trying to be, trying to connect and trying their darndest to avoid all of the frictions that were coming up and getting back to, yeah, we're dads. We have a lot in common. We should hang out, or we want the best for our kids, kind of thing, even though they have completely different views of what that is. So yeah, kudos to the writing also for those kind of fun, awkward scenes. The way they played out and the way they led into the next beat and the way that the resets were done by the characters, very believable, very well done.
The writing is so articulate. The two main dads have such different approaches to parenting, and they discuss a wide variety of topics like education, health, guns, vaccines, screen time, and gender. The performances are amazing, so believable, each listening to one another and reacting and trying not to judge in such a natural way. Interesting ending as another dad steps in with a different approach. The film is an excellent study of how challenging parenting can be and to navigate the options out there. Hilarious outtake section at the end.
I like the dad aspect and a little bit of the gender swap for this film. I thought it was very well done. Normally, with short films like that, you normally see a female or a mother with her kids talking to other mothers in the park, sitting down about the same topics that were being discussed in this film. And it was like refreshing to see that men could also really want these things for their kids too, and they can talk about it with other men. It was really entertaining. It was funny and witty, and I absolutely enjoyed it. I would love to see more from these filmmakers.
This one was like the most relevant one in terms of politics and modern issues. I thought like the some scenes were funny, like some elements in the at the end when um, the the last guy comes in and he's like his fatherhood essentially just getting hit in the nuts. I thought that was kind of funny.
Indeed, it probably takes more than a government security check to set up a play date in Los Angeles these days. It's will remind anybody with children of all the strange contortions, social and personal, that one has to go through to ensure the little rascals are safe.